Tales, Crouchy sort of come off halfway through. A bit of concern about his hamstring. How's he going? Do you know much about it?
Yeah, no, he's fine. I think he had a little setback about a couple of weeks ago now, and I think he's pretty much back into full training, so nothing to worry about there. Brad's been tearing up the track, and he's still getting to know his body. He's still a young bloke, and probably with his history, they're a bit more careful with him. So, yeah, he'll be fine. Within the next week, he'll be back in full training and doing everything.
You touched on the history. Is there a temptation then to nurse him through the pre-season? And, I mean, you'd hate to see him miss round one on the back of, just trying to rush back too early.
Yeah, exactly right. You got to take that into consideration with guys. He's so explosive as well, the way he plays, and at the same time, you want him to get a bit of work in and find that balance. So that's up to the PPT guys, all the strength and conditioning guys. They've got all that covered. So we've got a great team around us, and yeah, Brad will be fine. No worries. The JLT thing starts in about a month, so yeah, he'll be ready to go.
Is that the same situation with Scotty Thompson? We saw he didn't do much contact today. He's carrying a bit of a shoulder injury that he picked up, in a bit of contact work. Was it last week or the week before that?
Yeah, so Scotty's fine. He's I think he has had a bit of a sore shoulder, as he said, but he's a veteran. He's got a lighter load through the pre-season anyway. He's done so many that his body, he probably doesn't need as much as the young guys. So his loads are lighter anyway, and he'll be fine come that JLT community thing as well. So yeah, Scotty will be fine as well.
Year 2 of Don Pike, what's he adding to the game plan and focusing on in this pre-season?
Yeah, well, we haven't really changed much. I think, what we did last year worked for the majority of the year. We just have to tidy up in a few areas. Probably the couple of areas that we've really been working on, our contested ball. That was probably, especially through the midfield area and around the ground in those one-on-one contests. I think, the top 4 sides would probably, had that over us. So that's an area we needed to work on. And then, just our team defence and a couple of other areas we, tidy up. There's always something you can work on, but that contested ball is probably the main one. And, as we get more numbers back on the track, we'll probably be able to do a lot more of it. So, yeah, we've really been focusing in on that because, you saw in that grand final, Sydney and Bulldogs, the level, we were probably not quite at the level. So, yeah, we've been working on that.
Is it about just being stronger or like better hands? It talks about, got to improve contested ball. What are some of the little aspects?
Yeah, I think there's technique side of it, protecting yourself in the contest, and then there's probably the intent and the mindset side behind it, of really wanting to crack in and win that hard ball, and you've got to be able to train that and put yourself in those situations. So we've certainly had drills where we've been doing that and really cracking in and getting at each other, and that's an area we're looking to improve.
On that midfield, obviously you picked up a couple of handy players in Jordan and Miles in the draft. How have they sort of taken to it? Are they fitting straight into that work? Yeah,
they are. They've been really impressive. Geordie and Miles, both of them are doing full training and really getting their hands on the ball and really standing out in drills. Miles in particular looks like an in-under player and really can win his own contested ball, and then Geordie's got those elite skills and that running ability and can win his own ball as well. So those first 2 draftees have been really impressive, and we love what they're doing on the track at the moment.
Could they be set for, an early impact or early games?
Yeah, well, that'll be up to the coaches. I'm sure they'll get a crack over the JLT, pre-season comp, and both those guys have put their hand up and are doing all they can. So that'll be up to the coaches, but they're certainly taking my eye and really training hard, which is great.
Players are pretty good at predicting trends in footy. Tales, how do you see 2017 unfolding? A couple of rule tweaks. Is it going to be about speed, or what do you think the next little fad of footy is?
Yeah, I think I don't think too much will change. Last year, probably the way it went was contested ball, and sides defences are so good. You've got to be able to throw a few plays through there. I think a lot more teams will be a lot more flexible through their midfields. Throwing players through the midfield, down back, down forward, guys that can play multiple positions. So that's something we've tried to improve as well. Throw some flexibility through each line, and guys have been training in different lines, and I think that might be where the game goes. Again, last year the good sides were able to do that, and it certainly helped them come the back end of the year.
What does that do? What does that do to have different guys being able to float through different positions?
Well, obviously you're not relying on the same guys to win the hard ball, and it takes a lot of strain off the team over the majority of the years. So if you can have 10 guys rolling through the midfield rather than 6, it certainly helps out come the back end of the year. And if something's not working as well, say down back or down forward, you can throw different guys there and try and get an impact. So I think that's where the game will go this year, and we're certainly training that.
So basically, you can go harder for longer then, because you don't have to do as much heavy lifting.
Yeah, that's right, and you can throw different guys. Got to be able to play different positions and can have impact. If they're not playing well in one position, you can throw them somewhere else, and they can have an impact on the game in that position. So, that's something that I reckon will happen.
So
in
you're
terms of
saying
trainings, umpires spoken about cracking down really on the rush behind. How do you think that'll change the way backmen play and set up?
Yeah, they're certainly taken a lot away from us. We can't put it out of bounds. We won't be able to rush it behind, but you've got to be pretty good back there at the moment to be able to keep it in play, and you'll just have to find a man and take a bit more pressure than you probably would have in the past. And I'm sure all defenders won't like it, but that's the way it is.
Is that just about taking more risks, I suppose, and keeping the ball in play at any cost?
Yeah, so I don't know if they've changed the rule. Have they changed the rule?
But they said they really cracked down on it. Like, you're not going to be able to get away with as much.
Yeah, I think that's the way the game's been going anyway. At the moment, probably back there when you're on that last line, you're not quite sure whether you can rush it or not. So a lot of guys don't do it anymore. So that's just about finding the right option and probably not taking an easy one. It'll probably make the game more exciting, to be honest. If you're back on that last line, you're not able to do that. It's put you under a bit more pressure. So yeah, that'll certainly go against us. Are
the rules too much against backmen at the moment?
Nah, I don't think so. I think the way the game's going, it's really good. It's high scoring. Really good contests, both sides of the ground, and their opposition, the opposition defence have to go through the same as you do. So, it's the rules are okay at the moment, and it doesn't really hinder backmen, to be honest.
Is that sort of you guys being sacrificed for, I suppose, the cosmetic appearance of the game to keep it flowing and for fans to see the ball constantly in play?
Oh, I don't think so. I think a lot of teams have just got better at rolling more numbers back through there, and we're not really getting sacrificed. If anything, we're probably getting more help than we used to. Used to be really one-on-one contests. You'd go against your man, and it was a really physical, spectacle one-on-one contest. And these days, you play on 5 different players in 2 minutes of a game. So it's the game's certainly changed from a couple of years ago, and I think if anything, defenders are probably getting more help, to be honest.
Talia, there's still obviously no collective bargaining agreement yet between the Players Association and the AFL. Have you sort of been informed as how those discussions are going, and are you confident that something will be worked out before the pre-season?
Yeah, we actually met with the PA yesterday, and they gave us an update, and the players are really confident that Marshy and the PA are negotiating really well with the AFL, and they'll get something done in the near future. So. The players have, we're ready to do a deal. It's just about the AFL coming to the party now and trying to get that deal done. So, we're right behind the PA and can't wait for them to, get full confidence in Marshy and the guys, doing the deal.
What does it say that the AFL doesn't come to the table?
Oh, I think that's part of negotiating. They've got their views and we've got ours, but as players, we're really united and sticking together and strong at the moment on getting a set percentage of revenue and. We'll keep fighting for that, and the PA will, have got our best interests at heart, and Marshy and all those guys are experts and they know what they're doing. So we're united as a playing group, and hopefully it gets done soon. But if not, there's other options, I suppose.
So do you think you have to budge on that sort of requirement or that want of a set percentage of revenue? Or?
I don't think so. I think the players are pretty strong in their views, and the PA will look after that side of things, but that's up to Marshy and the experts to get that done. And as I said, the players are really united and behind the PA. And the AFL, we just as players we want to grow the game with the AFL. We don't want to butt heads. We're partners and we see ourselves as stakeholders in the game. And if we're able to get that set percentage, we're going to have to work harder to grow the game to. If the set percentage goes down, we'll get less money. So it's hand in hand. The players want to grow the game with the AFL. We don't really want to go against them. So, as I said, we've got the PA have got our interests in heart, and they'll look after all that.
Is boycotting pre-season games on the table at all? Is boycotting the pre-season games on the table? You hopefully that by then.
Strike's probably a last option, to be honest. We don't want to go there. You wouldn't take it off the table, but there's other avenues that probably that are more likely to happen before a strike. And as players and fans, you don't want to see the game. You don't want to miss games, and you don't want to see the game go down that path. So it's probably a last option.
What are the other options?
Look, to be honest, I won't go into the detail of stuff, but the PA, as I said, the PA have got our interests at heart, and a negotiation, especially of this magnitude, takes time. So, they'll look after us, and as I said, the players are united, and we got full confidence in Marshy that they'll get the deal done.
So if the players are ready, is it a fair statement to say the only thing holding up the negotiation is the AFL?
I wouldn't say that. I'm saying they're in negotiations. I know the PA and the AFL are looking to get a deal done, and it's just about when it happens. So I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I know that the PA really wants to get it done. So hopefully the AFL can come to the party and they can get it done as soon as possible.